guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J. Maas. I'm going to start off with a little bit of a spoiler-free review, just kind of my thoughts, brief summary, so on and so forth, and then we're going to dive into the nitty-gritty type stuff and all that. So, to start off, this book, we follow Feyre after she goes back with Tamlin. She broke the curse, and everything seems fine. She's definitely suffering from like a PTSD type thing. She's having nightmares, but so is Tamlin. And at first they really seem to be in like a lovey-dovey phase or making love all the time. And then things start to go awry when things start to go a little awry when Brycen shows up and says, hey, it's time to go, like, talking on my bargain. And then her whole life is kind of thrown into a big whirlwind. I really like this book a lot. As opposed to what I said about A Court of Thorns and Roses, where it was very slow in the beginning and you kind of had to fight to pick up. This one, off the bat, you're just following. There's no slow parts. You're just into it. You're sucked in immediately. You're gripping the edge of your seat by the time that the end comes. You're shocked, gasped, crying, you're staring at the book like, what? And I definitely loved it. It's a lot better than A Court of Thorns and Roses. Not that there was anything wrong with A Court of Thorns and Roses, but this one definitely got a lot better. And I'm super excited to see what happens in A Court of Wings and Ruins, because, oh my god, that ending. So that's all I have for you. Those of you who haven't read the book yet, when you have, come catch up with me and we'll talk. But then we're going to start the real review of A Court of Mist and Fury. Wow, these titles get confusing. So first of all, what the hell is up with Tamlin? He won't let her do anything. Like, you're going to stay in my house and you're going to be safe and I'm going to protect you. Blah, 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 blah. Later on, we find out about how Tamlin's mom dies and brothers and dad all get murdered. And so it kind of makes sense why he's really protective over Feyre. But it's kind of really annoying because you can see that she just wants to get out and she's suffering and she's struggling. And it seems as though he's struggling from the same things that she is. So it only makes sense for him to be willing to, okay, let me give her what she needs. But nah, he's very selfish and he wants to protect her. But he also watched her die in front of him. So it's kind of, as much as I want to be really mad at him, I kind of can understand. But then at the end of the book, I can't understand it all. Because what he does is, unacceptable. No. Every ounce of me that felt for him and one of them together was just shattered, torn apart. The minute he locked her in the house, I kind of was like, no, you're an ass. You're an asshole, sorry. And Lucien just kind of, I'm gonna watch it happen because we need order and I'm who we need to follow. I'm like, seriously? Are you kidding me? Like, stand up to him. Can some of you grow a pair of balls besides Feyre? Because this is ridiculous. So, I had a huge kick out of when Brycen showed up at their wedding. Because that is the time to make an entrance in such recent fashion that we saw in A Court of Thorns and Roses. I'll be honest, in this part of the book, I still really wasn't a fan of him. I was kind of like, alright, this guy's still kind of a jerk. But then, like, you see it when she gets to the night court that he's like, what happened to you? Because she's pale, she's not eating. You can tell something's wrong, and none of them are noticing that she's withering away to nothing. You can see that he cares, and he legitimately cares. And we find out later on that's because of the mating bond, which I'll discuss in length, my thoughts on that. But, so they spend their week together, and he teaches her to read, and he taunts her and plays with her. And he sends her back, and she kind of starts to miss him, which I'm like, oh no, I saw this coming. She wants him, she needs him. And then she goes back for her other week, and they really don't talk. She comes back, and eventually, she's had it. Tamlin has pulled the last straw. He locks her in the manor, and she loses it. Because all she can think about is being locked in that dungeon. And she flips out and, like, whooshes into, like, darkness or something. And so more, Raisin's cousin shows up and saves her. And I'm like, what is happening? Oh my god. But at the same time, you're like, yes, someone get her, take her out, save her. So you're saying, Arr! They meet in the cage, not the cage, the cave. And he holds her, and they go back to the night court, and he takes care of her. She's a little iffy at first, but you can see that he legitimately cares for her, and it's nice to see. Something I definitely have an issue with is how Feyre reacts at the night court, because she's kind of an asshole at first. She's very like, don't touch me. What do you want from me? Why? Can't you just let me go? Because at first she's still in love with Tamlin, but eventually it's kind of like her safe haven, and she doesn't really understand it, but then Raisin begins to make her fall in love with him and his family and his city. So he takes her to the city of Velaris, which is like a hidden little like nook in the night court, which I thought was really cool, that he had like a little safe space that's where he gets to be himself. He doesn't have to be Amanthea's whore. He doesn't have to be the big tough high lord of the night court. He just gets to be a guy who loves his city and his people, and I really think that that's so beautiful that he has somewhere he can go and do that. What I think was really weird is that Feyre got powers, but I guess I should have expected it. I don't like how she wasn't using them at first, and then Raisin's pushing her to use them, and then we find out it's because there's like a war, the King of Hybern's coming, and they're kind of like, oh, are you using her? But like he also wants her to use her powers, and it's really frustrating. And like that's when you start to realize that Raisin's the good guy. He is the good guy, and him and Feyre start to get really close and friendly. We meet Raisin's two best friends, Cassian and Azriel. Wow, I can't think right now. And they're Illyrians, which is a type of fae in the Night Court. And all I can think of, they're supposed to have these big wings, and they have like little talons on the little peaks. And all I can think of are the flying monkeys from the Wizard of Oz. And like, I don't know if this is like, is anyone else thinking this? Am I crazy? Like, I'm thinking these flying monkeys. Or like big bats, human bats. I don't know, like maybe I'm crazy. I love that Feyre starts to open up to Rhys and talks to him about his nightmares, her nightmares. They like emotionally bond. They start to train together and really get to know each other. You can see that she starts to feel for him. And I want that. I ship them so hard. I really wasn't expecting to. I thought it was going to be really cheesy. But they're flirting back and forth. They're bickering back and forth. It's so realistic. The level of sexual tension that is built up in this book. Like every little scene. The one where they're in the Court of Nightmares. And she's sitting on his lap, pretending to be his whore. And like, he's running his hand up her thighs, and she's touching him. It's all this build up, and it's like, hot. But then we get to their actual sex scene, and it's actually really awkward. And I'm kind of like, oh my god, I was so excited. You guys kept building it up, and now it's a little weird. No, I don't want to read it anymore. But still, like, I ship them, and it's amazing. And they don't have sex until they find out that Feyre is a whole nother thing. Feyre is Raisin's mate, which is kind of like, if you read Twilight, like the imprinting thing, like they found each other's equal. And at first she gets really mad because he didn't tell her. Raisin's knew for a very long time. And I'm like, why? Why are you mad? Like, what did you? You're my mate. Like, you hate me and you can't trust me and you're in love with this other guy. And you're about to get married. But you're my mate and you have to be with me. He's not going to say that because he loves you and you're his mate and he wants you happy, regardless of whether that's with him or not. But eventually she decides, you know, I'll accept this because I love you, I want you. And then they squish and they have their little fun time for a very, very long time. And then everything goes to hell. Velaris is attacked by the Hybern and the Ator, which I think of as, if you've seen Star Wars Episode 1, the little flappy guy that has Anakin, like, owns him, that's what I imagine the Ator as. Maybe I'm crazy, I don't know. But they attack, and then Feyre's got these, like, water wolves, and she's fighting, and she kills the Ator. I'm like, whoa! whoa, what the hell is happening? But like all this stuff goes down and it's crazy. And next thing you know, we're trying to break into Hybern to mess with the cauldron, like deactivate it so the King of Hybern can't do what he did. And they get caught by Jirian, who they brought back to life, which I don't know why they brought him back to life. But they did, and he's back, and he like distracts them and then takes them. And then who walks out? Who walks out that sold them out? Fucking Tamlin and Lucian. I lost my shit. I was screaming. I was angry. I was staring at the book like, what? What? No. What? You fucking asshole. What? Like, I'm not kidding. I was livid. I was freaking livid. And then they pull out Feyre's sisters and they throw them in the cauldron to make them immortal. And I'm like, what? What is happening? What is happening? Like, I'm losing my mind. I don't really understand anything that's going on. Cassian's wings are getting ripped out. Azriel's getting, like, hurt. Everyone's sad and crying. And, like, Tamlin's like, whoa, this is not what I signed up for. Feyre's flipping out. And then she's like, the only way that I can stop this is if I go with Tamlin and I'll find a way to get back with Brycen. So she shoots up this big, like, ball of light and, like, screams and does all this stuff. And it's her way of being free of Brycen. Because everyone thinks he put, like, a spell on her. They can't accept that, like, oh, yeah, they love each other. She's like, I want to go home, Tamlin. And she, like, clings to him. And then she begs the King of Hybern to break the bond between her and Rhysand. And this is when the tears start streaming. I'm like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. Can you? You can't do that. You won't do that. You can't do it. And then everyone, they start screaming. It's like their hearts are being ripped out. I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? And the book splits into two perspectives, and it starts with Rhysand. And it tells that him and Feyre went to a priestess, and she was declared the High Lady of the Night Court, which has never been done. There are no High Ladies. It's always been the dudes running stuff. It's just crazy. And then Feyre's like, oh yes, I'm pretending. And then it's over. And I'm like, what is happening? What is going on? What is happening? So like, but I couldn't pick up. I think I went 2 days, not even a day, without picking up the next book because I wasn't ready. I wasn't emotionally ready because I know it's coming to an end. I loved this book. I'm loving the series. I love these characters. I'm obsessed. The second I finished this, I went on to Etsy and I was buying all this merchandise. I got these little bookmarks. I'll show you guys when they're here. I'm crazy. I'm obsessed. I'm in love. I saw that I have Sarah J. Maas on Instagram and she's releasing another book. What's it called? Hold on, I wrote it down. A Court of Frost and Starlight in May of 2018, and I'm super excited because it's supposed to be like a bridge because she's writing like a spin-off series and it's like kind of like a novella but longer, and I'm really super excited. I can't wait to finish A Court of Wings and Ruin, and I'm not emotionally ready for this to end. I'm thinking of, after A Court of Wings and Ruin, I'm going to read A Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, but I can't really decide if that would be too much Sarah J. Maas, like, in a period. So, let me know what you guys think down below. What were your thoughts on this series, on this book? Do you have any warnings? Like, who do you guys ship? How do you feel about the fact that Lucian's mates with Elaine? Like, that's weird, right? Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will see you guys soon with a review of A Court of Wings and Ruin, I'm sure, because it's coming. That book's probably going to be done before I'm done uploading this video. So, I'll see you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed. And I hope this series ripped your heart out as much as it did mine. I'll see you guys later. Bye.